Deborah Keppel, and welcome to Cabana Talk with Abfabwomen. As you can tell, we are not in a cabana today, but that's okay. We're at the Westin Hotel in fabulous Viva Las Vegas, and it's a little bit cooler. And I am so pleased and delighted to have Mr. Joe Sugarman here with us today. He is a best-selling author on multiple books on marketing and advertising. And some of those books include a book called Success Forces, and another one is called Triggers. And Joe is a legendary visionary known around the world. And because part of that is because of his BluBlocker sunglasses, he has built that company. It was about ready to go under. And he has built that company to over $20 million in sales right now?
No, 20 million pair.
20 million pairs of sunglasses sold.
Right.
Amazing, amazing. And you also introduced the pocket calculator and the 1-800 numbers in sales, which was unheard of at the time. Right. Among other things, this is Mr. Joe Sugarman. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate
it. It's such an honor to have you. It's such an honor to have you.
Please.
Well, you know, one of your philosophies, and I think part of your success, comes from taking problems and making it an opportunity.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, what's interesting about this is that I'm probably your biggest failure you've ever met in your life. I have failed at more things than you can possibly imagine. But you're right. Whenever I'd have a problem, I'd look at it as an opportunity. And that's how we discovered toll-free order taking. And that's how we discovered the BluBlocker, actually. All of these great successes were because I took a problem and turned them into an opportunity.
Fantastic. So how can people get into that mindset, kind of step out of the box and take their problems and focus on making it their greatest opportunity?
Well, I have a whole series of philosophies. People ask me, you failed so many times, what kept you going? And I said, well, it's basically belief. I believed that I would be a success. And I had such a firm belief of that no matter what happened to me, I said, oh, okay, it's just a temporary setback, I'm going to continue on. So my philosophy has always been, everything that happens to you happens for the best. Now, you may not realize it at the time, but if you really look back, sometimes these things take a long time to unfold, but no matter what happens, it's always for the best. And the other thing I have is that I'm never tied into any outcome. And no matter what happens, okay, if it's successful, that's fine. If it isn't successful, it's meant to be. And that's the way I've run my life.
That makes sense. I mean, if you're not tied into the outcome, that does make sense, because, I mean, you know probably deep down inside, whatever you do, it's going to happen one way or the other. Is that true? I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean, there's very little you can do about it. Actually, if you have this belief, this very strong belief, that does influence you.
Exactly.
That helps actually steer you in a very positive direction, if your belief is positive. Now, some people have said, I'll never be a success. They're right. They'll never be a success.
That's so true. And, you know, it's whatever you're focusing on and thinking inside is going to manifest in your outer world.
Well, my philosophy is, whatever your focus, there's a spiritual philosophy that says whatever you focus on expands. So if you focus on your business, it'll expand. If you focus on good health, you'll be healthy.
Right.
If you focus on money, what happens?
It'll expand into money.
No.
No?
No, Deborah. No.
No.
If you focus on money, money is a symbol.
Oh, that's true.
Money is a symbol for work and effort. So what expands?
So true.
The work
So
and the
true.
effort. The work and the effort expands. If you want to make a lot of money, do you know what you focus on?
On the work and the effort.
No. If you want to make a lot of money.
I failed.
You want to make a lot of money, you focus on helping others.
Exactly.
And you can do that through seminars, writing books, sharing your knowledge. You can do that by providing a good product or a good service, and then working with your consumers and helping them and helping other people. The more you help others, the more successful, the more money you make.
That's so true. And it's also a passion. If you have a passion for what you're doing and you enjoy it, it's not really like a job or work. I believe that's part of it too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Passion is very important. Now, you deal with women all over the world, and I just want to say that the internet, a couple things about that. The internet has leveled the playing field. Now, you could be anything. You could be a woman, you could be a guy, it doesn't matter race, color, creed, doesn't matter now. You're all equal. And as a matter of fact, the other observation is that women now are graduating with MBAs in greater numbers than men. There are more women lawyers that are becoming lawyers more than men. Women are starting to really assume a position in our society that they've never had before, and we are going to be so far ahead of all these countries that kind of force women down and don't give them the opportunity and dress them so that you can't hardly see them. We're going to be so far ahead, and I honestly believe it's because of the women. The president of my company is a woman who's been with me for 38 years. 38 years. I would not be where I am today if it hadn't been for the work that she's done and the fact that she's looked after all the details, while I, as an entrepreneur, go out and do all the creative things. So I have tremendous respect for women. I feel that women are the future in this country, and future entrepreneurs. Many more entrepreneurs now than there has ever been. So I'm so delighted to be on this show because I love to share my thoughts as an entrepreneur myself and as an observer of the entrepreneurial scene and the women that are now taking charge. So
yes,
thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Again, thank you too. Just, like I said, it's a great honor to have you here. Now you have the next big adventure or venture coming up. You're starting something else new. Would you like to talk about it?
Yes, I think the women probably would really appreciate this too. We have a company. I have a company. It's a biotech company. It's called Stem Cell Products, and we have developed several products that. Well, for example, one product is a skincare line. It's a skincare product. It comes in a skincare kit, and there's three items: an exfoliator, a morning lotion, and a night cream. And what it does is it hydrates the skin 107% in just 2 weeks.
Wow.
Your face starts to take a glow because you've got a lot more moisture. Wow. It actually starts to reverse that aging process, and it is really a sensational product. If people want to learn a little bit more about it, they can go to our website, which is STEM, that's S-T-E-M, 120.com. And by the way, why 120? What does that mean? Well, we believe that science is moving so quickly that within the next 10 to 15 years, we'll have the wherewithal to live to 120 without any of the diseases that normally would plague us or kill us.
120.
120, wow. And look a lot younger. In other words, we're going to be able to reverse that aging process so that people will look, and not 120, who knows what 120 looks like, but they'll look much younger. We also have a product for people who have addictions, such as to smoking, alcohol, drugs, Diet Coke. I mean, there's so many people.
Definitely.
And it's a little tube, and you pour it in water, and you mix it up, and you drink it. And after a while, you're just not inclined to actually, what it does is it nourishes the neurotransmitters in your brain. It's like vitamins for the brain. And once you replenish those, you don't feel like smoking. You don't feel like drinking. And it sometimes takes a couple days before you actually start to feel the effects. And in other cases, it might take a couple weeks, but you will feel an effect. I take it, not that I have any addictions, I take it because, well, if it's good for the brain, if it's vitamins for the brain, if it nourishes the brain, hey, why not?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow. I'd love to try it out, to check that out, definitely.
Right. Okay.
Check out the skincare, I would love that. Now, how does the skincare hydrate? What is in it that makes it such a hydration?
Well, there's a story behind it. We actually take a 19-year-old female with perfect skin, and we take a little bit of biopsy, and we separate the cells from the stem cells. We have very few stem cells, by the way. We have about millions of cells, but very few stem cells. And if you look at a stem cell as like a general in the army, and the troops are the cells, and the stem cells are the generals. And so what happens what happens is that let's say you cut yourself, and the stem cells recognize that as a cut, and they say, okay, cells, repair it. And the way they communicate with the cells is they send out a signal. A signal, it's like a chemical, it's like a hormone. It's something they send out to all the cells. And all the cells then come and respond to that signal. Well, what we do is we take this little biopsy, we separate the stem cells from the cells, we grow the stem cells in culture, and we produce millions of them.
Wow.
And then we stress them, just like if you cut yourself. And these stem cells then emit that signal, that chemical signal, and that's what we capture. We capture that signal, which is like a repair signal. It's saying, okay, your skin is sun damaged, or your skin is wrinkly. We're gonna take charge here, and it actually goes in and changes the genetic structure of your skin in a very positive sort of way, because our compounds contain gene-altering substances that are very, very positive. We've safety tested all of this. We've gone through the clinical studies, everything. It's taken us several years to do that, but we've done it, and we're now ready with that product. Oh, and by the way, originally we were selling it for $250. That's for a kit for a month, and now we are selling it. We have been able to get the cost down to $99.95 for a 2-month supply, so it's very reasonable, and believe me, a lot more effective than a lot of these skincare lines that sell for hundreds of dollars.
Sure.
You know, I've seen people, you go to some of these health food stores and you see some of these products that they're selling, my goodness, $200-300 for some,
right, exactly.
for a moisturizer. Come on.
Well, I know, I'm sure someone can relate to what I'm going to say here too. I have tons of almost empty jars sitting around that, they claim they're going to do this and do that, and then, it's just, I need to try the next product, but this sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really a breakthrough, and I think the ladies watching, if they just give it a try, I think they'll be very, very impressed.
So you're going to get it on your website?
It's on the website, stem120.com, and it'll give you a link to that particular product.
Is it available in the stores yet, or is it going to be?
It's not going to be available in the stores, and the reason is that we've gotten so much activity, we want to be able to fill the orders, so that when women get it and they love it and they want to continue buying it, that it's available.
Well, that probably does keep the cost down in that respect too.
Right, right.
So, wonderful. Okay. Joe, again, thank you so much for being here and joining us. And
well, my pleasure. And just a final comment to women out there, and that is that you've got great opportunities now, and just remember one thing, and that is never give up.
Yes.
Never give up. Never. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Okay. Everybody, until next time, make it a wonderful day. Bye-bye.